वेलकम बैक दोस्तों, और स्वागत है आपका एक बार फिर से इस यूट्यूब चैनल पर जहां पर मैं पढ़ रहा हूं आपके लिए बुक चिकन सूप फॉर द कपल सोल। एंड आज हैं हम चैप्टर 1 लव एंड इंटीमेसी के वेरी मोवे और म्यूटेड वाइन। सो दिस इज गोना बी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी, so let's just start. And if you are new in this channel, do hit the subscribe button and turn on this bell icon so you never miss out the new video. Okay, so just let's start. He found me weeping bitterly in the hospital room. What's wrong? Richard asked, knowing that we both had reason to cry. In the past 48 hours, I learned that I had a cancerous lump in my breast that had spread to my lymph nodes, and there was a possible spot on my brain. We were both 32 with 3 young children. Richard pulled me tight and tried to comfort me. Our friends and family had been amazed at the peace that had overwhelmed us. Jesus was our savior and comfort before I found out I had cancer, and he remained the same after my diagnosis. But it seemed to Richard that the terrifying reality of my situation had finally crashed in on me in the few moments he was out of the room. As he held me tight, Richard tried to comfort me. "It's all been too much, hasn't it, Such?" he said. "That's not it," I cried and held up the hand mirror I had just found in the drawer. Richard looked puzzled. "I didn't know it would be like this," I cried as I stared in shock at my reflection in the mirror. I didn't know it would be like this," I cried as I stared in shock at my reflection in the mirror. I didn't recognize myself. I was horribly swollen. After the surgery, I had groaned as I lay asleep, and well-meaning friends and freely pushed the self-dispensing medication to ease what they thought was a pain. Unfortunately, I was allergic to morphine and had swelled like a sausage. Betadine from the surgery strained my neck, shoulder and chest, and it was too soon for a bath. A tube hung out of my side, draining the fluid from the surgical side. My left shoulder and chest were wrapped tightly engaged where I had lost a portion of my breast. My long curly hair was matted into one big wad. More than 100 people had come to see me over the past 48 hours, and they had all seen this brown and white, solemn, makeupless, matted, haired, grey-gowned woman who used to be me. Where had I gone? Richard laid me back on the pillow and left the room. Within moments, he came back, his arms laden with small bottles of shampoo and conditioner that as he confiscated from the cart in the hall. He pulled pillows out of the closest and dragged a chair over to sink. Unraveling my food, he tucked the long tube from my side in his shirt pocket. Then he reached down, picked me up and carried me, fourth stand and all, over to the chair. He sat me down gently on his lap, cradled my head in his arms over the sink, and began to run warm water through my hair. He poured the bottles over my hair, washing and conditioning my long curls. He wrapped my hairs in a towel and carried me, the tube and the fourth stand back over the bed. He did this so gently that not one stitch was disturbed. My husband, who had never blow dried his hair in his life, took out a blow dryer and dried my hair, the whole while entertaining me as he pretended to give beauty tips. He then proceeded, based on the experience of watching me for the past 12 years, to fix my hair. I laughed as he bit his lips, more serious than any beauty school students. He bathed my shoulder and neck with a warm washcloth, careful to not disturb the area around the surgery, and rubbed lotion into my skin. Then opened my makeup bag and began to apply makeup. I will never forget our laughter as he tried to apply my mascara and blush. I opened my eyes wide and held my breath as he brushed the mascara on my lashes with shaking hands. He rubbed my cheeks with tissue and blended in the blush. With the last touch, he held up 2 lipsticks. Which one? Very Mauve or muted wine? He asked. He applied the lipstick like an artist painting on a canvas and then held the little mirror in front of me. I was human again, a little sullen, but I smelled clean. My hair hung softly over my shoulders and I recognized myself. What do you think? He asked. I began to cry again, this time because I was grateful. No, baby, you'll mess up my makeup job, he said, and I burst into laughter. During that difficult time in our lives, I was given only a 40% chance of survival. Over 5 years. That was 7 years ago. I made it through those years with laughter, God's comfort, and the help of my wonderful husband. We will celebrate our 19th anniversary this year, and our children are now in their teens. Richard, understand what must have seemed like vanity and silliness in midst of tragedy. Everything I had even taken for granted and been shaken in those hours. The fact that I would watch my children grow, my health, my future. With one small act of kindness, Richard gave me normalcy. I will always see that moment as one of the most loving gesture of our marriage. The story is written by T. Sujan Naylor. So what was a gesture of love? The very beautiful, the very supporting, and the very trusting. So just keep supporting your loved ones and keep supporting me as well by subscribing this channel and by sharing these videos with your loved ones, your friends, your relatives. मैं मिलता हूँ आपसे अगले वीडियो में. तब तक के लिए आप अपना बहुत बहुत ख्याल रखें और अपनों को प्यार की भाषा से सजोते रहें. चलिए फिर मिलता हूँ आपसे अगले वीडियो में. थैंक यू.